What up, folks? Happy Friday to you all. I'm over here on historic Euclid Avenue in downtown Ontario to talk about this building that was constructed way back in 1913 by an individual by the name of Jacob Lurch. It's seen better days. It's in jeopardy. It's going to be gone pretty soon, so I decided to talk about its history and to take a look at it one last time before it's too late. So without further ado, let this vlog begin. Take a look at this here structure on the east side of Euclid Avenue in between Holt and B Streets. A building with a history from a time where the golden age of theatrical performance consists of slapstick comedy and illusory worlds of a mime. Jacob Lurch, who was a resident of Ontario and business owner, built this house on the corner of Pleasant and Holt Avenue, which still stands today. Very close to the business, he would later develop in 1913 a theater that was known as Euclid Photoplay, which was the beginning of cinema where you viewed photos on a projector in sequence with an act that represented the photo's scenario without words being spoken. And that lasted for 2 years before the theater was sold to Jack Anderson, who then changed the name to the Forum Theater. Later it changed to the Isis Theater, a theater that sat 325 people and had what was called a state-of-the-art stage to accommodate any sideshow that was coming through town. Located at Holt Avenue, A Street as it was called at the time, was known as Pikes Peak, the ocean-to-ocean highway. So many notable celebrities would travel from New York to Los Angeles, frequently stopping to catch a show or even to stay at night in Ontario. Downtown was just like any other downtown at the time, so the luxury of hotel, theaters, and restaurants were prudent to help downtown thrive. In fact, only more theaters popped up, such as the Granada and California Theater, which Mr. Anderson will eventually own come 1927. In 1929, he sold the Granada and California to the Fox West Coast Theaters, but by 1933 closed their theaters in Ontario, giving Mr. Anderson another opportunity to reopen the California and Granada Theater. How he became sole proprietor again for the two theaters is beyond my knowledge. This theater was called the Euclid Theater from the late 20s into the early 40s when it changed to the Park Theater. It closed in the 30s as a theater for a short period of time, which was used as a church, but then reopened as a theater. It was listed regularly in the Los Angeles Times, but the listing stopped in 1951. How the cinema industry came to an end here is something I did research on and may have to dig deeper, since for the most part will require it. But I think it's pretty obvious that its theater days were behind him, becoming a pawn shop in 1962. In fact, even in 2007 it was still a pawn shop. Let's fast forward to present time and talk about the future of this 116-year-old structure. It was never city owned until 2015 when the city acquired this building, but by that time it was too late. For almost a century, poor ownership, the lack of restoring, and simple maintenance wasn't top priority on their list. So as the years rolled on, so did the destruction, causing it to be almost impossible to restore at this point. So now in 2019, downtown is in the process of being revitalized, so there isn't much of an option but to level this area to help downtown thrive. Well everyone, that's going to conclude this vlog. I appreciate you all watching. I'm Jerry James with Ontario History Vlogs, reminding you to live, learn, and to explore. Until the next time, see ya!